This is the first in a series of videos about how to be prepared. So if you are of legal age and you're living on your own, or maybe you're not living on your own, but you are of legal age, that means that you're in charge of your business. And so the first thing I want to talk about is who's going to make medical decisions for you if you're unconscious or you're in a serious accident. Doesn't matter what age you are. If you are of legal age or older, if you are a husband and wife team or you have a partner, it's really important that you and that person have sat down and had a conversation. That's the first step, is have a conversation. If you're living at home with your parents, have a conversation about what they want and who is going to be their legal representative, and then let them know what you want. You should have a living will that spells out what you want to have happened. Someone should have your permission to make those decisions for you if you're not able to speak for yourself. Usually with husbands and wives, they are each other's person. Talk about what you're willing and unwilling to have happen. So my husband and I had brief, very basic conversations around a living will. And they're all generally the same. You can get free copies, free templates online. But some have the ability for you to put more specific things. For instance, I knew my husband would never want to be put on a ventilator. Beyond that, he did not have a lot of specific information. And when we took him to the hospital on the day that he died, I ended up having to make those decisions of what I was fairly sure that he would not want to have happen because he had a terminal disease. I wished in that moment that we had actually gone down a list of possible things, like, would you want your heart started? Would you want, if you were there long enough, would you want hydration? Would you want food? Things like that. So have that conversation when there isn't any issue, because nobody plans for that, right? Nobody plans to be in critical condition from a car accident. So this isn't for a specific age. If you are of legal age, if you live with your parents and you're of legal age, if you live on your own, who's going to make those decisions for you? You need to put it in writing. So you can go online and Google living will template and health power of attorney, health surrogate. They come under several different names. And so step number one is have a conversation. Now, before you have that conversation, you probably would do you well to go and pull those documents and read through them and plan what you want, print it out, and then talk to your person or your people about that. And that way, something happens, your coverage, you've got somebody. Typically, it'll say whether that document, whether it needs to be notarized, have somebody sign it, and a notary put their stamp on it, and then make a copy that you keep in a safe place for yourself, and one that you give to your person. And I always kept, since my husband had chronic illness, I kept a copy of his living will, and that I was his medical surrogate. I kept it in our to-go bag. So step number one, get a living will, a medical power of attorney or medical surrogate for yourself, and have a conversation with the people that you love.